Welcome back to the channel. In today's reactionary times, there seems to be a steady stream of logical people coming to a conclusion that many of our society's systems are simply not sustainable. Not only are these systems not sustainable and in many cases deteriorating, but many of our fellow citizens are so dependent upon them that any disruption would surely cause a volatile situation in a very short period of time. Now, even without such a disruption, a simple economic analysis of our current situation or our monetary system points to a reckoning. Now, upon further reflection, many of us have to admit that we ourselves are woefully unprepared for any such disruptions. And what many people come to realize is that the best form of resiliency is a more self-reliant lifestyle. Homesteading has become the new trend of the millennium, with people from all over the world recognizing the power of securing some of their own resources and improving their individual skill sets. Now, if you ask most people why they go to work every day, they'll tell you it's because they have bills. But when pressed, it's the need to provide food and shelter. Now, by using your home to produce some of the resources you consume, you are not only adding a protective layer of insulation from resource disruption, but you are also reducing the need to spend some of the same money that you worked very hard for in the first place. One of the best ways I have ever heard to define homesteading is simply making your home work for you. Now, to be clear, this is a lifestyle approach that people adopt for many reasons. There are a few resources that we may produce on our homestead that may be cheaper to acquire elsewhere in varying degrees of quality and quantity. For example, I'm a bit of an egg snob, and I don't care how low the cost of grocery store bought eggs goes, I prefer my own fresh eggs. Now, I hope some of what we can document on this channel will help others that are seeking ways to improve their self-reliance. Now, one impression that some have is that a large property is needed to be a true homestead. And depending on your goals, this may be the case, but for most of us, the small quarter-acre suburban lot is the reality of our budget, and what I hope to show you is more than enough for most people. My wife and I started our journey about 7 years ago upon the purchase of our house that sits on about 1/3 of an acre within the limits of a major city. Now, while an older neighborhood and home, it also offered the benefit of many neighbors that were longtime residents, including some families that owned multiple homes inside the neighborhood. Now, we put up some sections of fence and started to make some plans for chickens, which also involved some conversations with our neighbors, and it's not that it was dependent upon this, but it was nice to feel them out. And lucky for us, our neighbors had no issues, and we always planned on keeping our roosters in at night anyway. So I built my first chicken coop and found some young hens, or pullets as they're called, on Craigslist. At the same time, I made a few raised beds and started working on the rest of the garden area by using the lasagna or no-till method, which we will explain in future videos, so please subscribe. Now, as the years moved on, I got better at gardening, animal husbandry, and even carpentry as I built more coops. And while we eventually got the desire to add more breeds to our flock with mail-order chicks, for a time all of our chickens were born in a backyard. Now, with each season, I got better and better at growing food as my soil improved. I also found that my outlook on the future improved as well. There is not only power in growing your own food, but excitement towards watching natural growth cycles. Every new season offers something new to grow. As I transformed my property, I realized how much can actually be done in such a small space while still maintaining a traditional appearance from the street. My first few years offered great results and prompted more experimentation with different vegetables as I got to know the characteristics of my homestead. I added and will continue to add many varieties of annual vegetables, and soon learned the benefits of perennial plantings like grapes, berries, or trees that grow without much additional input after you first plant them, though they may take a few years to produce. Now, I was soon able to grow enough in the spring, summer, and fall months to supplement both our produce needs as well as feed my chickens a highly nutritional diet. In fact, food storage methods soon became another needed skill as well. Now, my wife, an avid mushroom hunter, introduced me to mushroom hunting. This gave me a taste for gourmet mushrooms and also motivated me to learn mushroom cultivation as a year-round system of food production and add it to the homestead as well. In 2018, I grew 8 different species of mushroom and will document my progress on my current work here on this channel as well. One year, in addition to the chickens, we raised and slaughtered 5 turkey, which I have to say was a very meaningful Thanksgiving for me. We were able to provide not only our birds, but very large birds to our family members as well. Now, for me, homesteading is about a way of life and a state of mind. There is an incredible sense of accomplishment that the first time you make a meal from items that you produced on your own property. Now, and whether that property is 1/10 of an acre or 100 acres. Now, as we continue to develop our homestead, I will document what we learn and hope that it may help you as well. There are many projects that are in various stages of design and development, including some homestead automation projects like RFID tracking for my chickens. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.